Hello everybody and welcome to my true companion build. We are not using any core skills, we're using ravens, we're using poison creeper, and we are using wolves. So let's go ahead and hop on into the gear. So first off, we're going to be using aspect of might. You're going to want triple companion skills and CDR on that. You're going to want aspect of disobedience. You're going to want quad damage reduction, so close, distant, poison, and fortified. We got aspect of the alpha. This is going to turn our werewolves into werewolf companions. They're also going to deal a bunch more damage on top of spreading rabies, which is going to help keep our uptime up on our Paragon legendary nodes. Then on this, you're going to want to have lucky hit chance, critical strike chance, attack speed, and then some type of main stat or critical strike damage with... Actually, sorry, no, I take that back. No, I would say, yeah, just main stat's fine here. Then we have Storm's Companion. So here it's going to be your wolf companions are infused with the power of the storm, dealing lightning damage and gaining the Storm Howl ability. So the cool thing about this isn't even the Storm Howl ability. It's just that it makes it to where when you use the active, right, and the Storm Howl ability is not doing this. This is just what they did when they changed it to a nature magic ability. But it makes them like blink to the target, like they teleport to it pretty much now instead of doing the dash. So the damage becomes more consistently there because you have to hit with every werewolf in order for the damage to go through. So it helps make that damage more consistent and make sure that they hit instead of like trying to dash and then it like bugs midair or something dumb like that, or they get frozen in midair, etc., etc. Just stuff like that. It has companion skill damage on it, which is pretty good for all three of these, as well as companion movement speed, potion drop rate, and a bunch of ranks to wolves. So pretty solid. You don't have to have this. This is more of a cherry on top, but you do want this. You do want to be looking for it. So next we're going to have a looting aspect. This is going to give us unstoppable if we become injured while crowd controlled. So we don't have a whole lot of access to unstoppable with this build. So this really kind of helps with that. Next, we have aspect of the stampede. So gain one additional companion. In addition, your companion skills deal 46% more damage. I put this on the weapon because I was trying to make sure I had the biggest multiplicative damage increases for every single skill, as opposed to trying to focus on one skill, since I am trying to make this, you know, kind of a companion summoner type build and relying on this for our damage. On this, you are going to want critical strike damage. Then you're going to want vulnerable damage, willpower, and then damage to close enemies, damage to crowd controlled enemies, anything like that's fine. And preferably, I would say you want this on a staff. The damage to healthy enemies is cool, but you're not really one-shotting things. This is more of a DPS ramp buildup, which brings us into the next thing, and I will tell you why. And that is because we use the barber. So critical strikes and all subsequent damage within 3.5 seconds is absorbed by your target. Then the absorbed damage erupts onto the surrounding enemies. Stored damage is increased by 13% per second. So it's a 39% damage increase, and it also makes it to where any single target you do with the wolf active, poison creeper, whatever, ravens, all this stuff gets stored, and then you see a huge explosion. I think the biggest explosion I have seen so far with this build at level 73 with suboptimal gear is like 498,000 or something like that. So pretty solid damage compared to the other builds that I have played. The barber is pretty cracked. We're going to be using edge masters. You're going to want ranks of all companions. You're going to want ranks of Call of the Wild passive. You're going to want damage reduction from poisoned enemies or fortified, and then you're going to want CDR. On the rings, we're going to be using Night Howler's aspect. This lets us heal the wolves, also gives them crit. These next two are kind of situational. You can really switch these to whatever you want. This is just what I'm testing out right now because this is the first draft of this build. So I'm going to be testing out all kinds of other stuff with it. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing currently, since I know there's a lot of people that like companion builds. So on the rings for stats, you're going to want critical strike chance, vulnerable, lucky hit chance, and max life, or critical strike chance, critical strike damage, max life, and lucky hit. I'm a big fan of the max life. It's pretty solid. It's going to help keep your survivability up. So you're going to want to have the Moonrage Malignant Heart in here. What this is going to do is going to give you +3 ranks to your wolves, and it's going to give you another wolf, so it's going to make your active do a little bit more damage. And you know, generally speaking, it's going to also help with your barber damage by having another wolf out there auto attacking. So after that, so for the last heart, so I just don't have a solid ring with a brutal socket on it. So But once you do find one with a brutal socket on it and you actually have a good ring, stuff like that, you're going to want to run the Malignant Heart that does 20% of damage is suppressed and then explodes outwards. That's going to most likely be like the best one that you can run for this build. And it also really helps too because it like kind of doubles up with the barber, and we also run 2 defensive skills, so you'll be able to erupt because you have to use a defensive skill to activate that Malignant Heart, I believe, and we use 2 of them, so you'll really really get some bang for your buck there with that. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for the gear. We're going to be going Wariness, you're going to go Scythe Talons, Avian Wrath, going to be going Pack Leader, and then Overload. So Pack Leader is going to give you your crits a chance to reset your cooldowns of your companion skills, which is huge. You know, critical strike damage, always good. You can also go Iron Feather and get rid of the critical strike damage if you want, but I don't recommend getting rid of the critical strike chance. Then we have Wariness, take 10% reduced damage from elites, obviously pretty good, and this is the only one that we can take. That's the reason why we take it. We're doing Storm Strike, so literally that's why we take Overload, is because like we can't utilize Masochistic, Calm Before the Storm, or Obsidian Slam. So skill tree, Storm Strike, Enhanced Storm Strike, Fierce Storm Strike. I'm gonna have a link in the description below that's gonna have all that stuff in here, including the Paragon. So Predatory Instinct, come over here, take Blood Howl, Enhanced Blood Howl, Preserving Blood Howl. We're going to go Debilitating Roar, Enhanced Debilitating Roar, Preserving Debilitating Roar. Then we're going to go Wolves, Enhanced Wolf Pack, Ferocious Wolf Pack. Then we're going to go Poison Creeper, Enhanced Poison Creeper, and Ferocious Poison Creeper. Now you can also take Brutal Wolf Pack. I think this is fine as well. I just like using these to increase the Fortify faster. So just to get that buff, just to get that damage reduction up and going. You're going to want to take Call of the Wild. You're going to take Max Out Ravens, Enhanced Ravens, Brutal Ravens. Come down here, go ahead and max out Rabies, Enhanced Rabies, Savage Rabies. The main reason why I actually max this out is just because I'm trying to min-max how much, like every little bit of damage the companion skills do, even if it isn't that much, because the barber will store it and it will help contribute to a bigger explosion with the barber. But I don't think Rabies in a lot of cases is really worth maxing. So then we're going to go Neurotoxin, Envenom. You and your companion skills gain 30% bonus critical strike damage against poisoned enemies. We're going to take Defiance and Natural Disaster. We're going to take Defensive Posture, Nature's Resolve, and then we're going to take Bestial Rampage. Now, a quick note, you don't need to take either of these if you don't have Storm's Companion. The reason why we take these is because our wolves become a nature magic skill when we have those unique pants. So this is increasing the damage of our wolves. You can take the points out. You can put them here in Unrestrained. You can come up here. You could put 1 point into Ancestral Fortitude. You can max out Vigilance. But those are kind of the other options. And then the same thing if you don't want to run the Rabies. You know, those are your other options of things to put points into. So, all right. That being said, so when it comes to Paragon, since I'm kind of a low level, I'm only level 73. There's not really a whole lot to be gained, I think, from me going through this in game. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave a full Paragon tree in the link in the description below. So let's go ahead and hop on into some gameplay. Alrighty, let's give her a go. Okay. Not bad. Just waiting for the cooldowns. Yep, so pretty simple stuff. You just wait for your cooldowns to come up. So CDR is pretty good in this. Crit's pretty good to try to reset Pack Leader. Okay. And then kind of wait for your barber to go off. And then eventually you will explode, just like that. So, very good bossing damage on this. Very good. The barber is just a little wild. Just a little bit wild. See here, do this. Do this. Oh. And he dies. See, 468,000 damage is, it's not bad because you got like 4 of these wolves waylaying on it. You have the passive damage from ravens happening. You have the passive damage from Poison Creeper. You have the burst from Poison Creeper. right? So if you get a crit and you time things right, you can see some pretty big explosions here. I'm just working on improving the downtime on it whenever you don't have the cooldowns. Which, I think, maybe Great Staff of the Crone or something might be pretty good for that. But we shall see. See, look at that, nice explosion. So, even though they're single target, it really helps speed up, like, the clear speed by using the barber. Because these guys are single target. They're kind of clunky, so as long as they all attack one target, everything else will die just because of the baba. The baba. Oh my gosh. I might need to turn crossplay off or something. Holy smokes, yeah. And you know, we'll see how this does at higher levels, but with all the nerfs to, if you weren't aware, they giga nerfed nightmare dungeons in a hotfix, so what the difficulty of a tier 70 is now what a tier 100 is. So the bar to be able to clear 100 is significantly lower. So we'll see what happens though. But for now, this is pretty fun. And yep, bit of an explosion there. Boom. But you know, as long as this can clear at level stuff, this will be pretty fun to play. Because you don't need to be doing higher level things unless you're like pushing or doing like Hell Tides, I think. So being able to clear like, you know, 30 level things are like 30-40 levels higher than you is like maybe 1% of the game. So oh gosh. But we'll see. We shall see. The barber seems to really be my gosh. Lagging my ass off here. I might have to turn off crossplay or something. I don't know what the heck's going on here. I feel like every time I have that on, I just get these random lag issues. Small indie company, guys. Give Blizzard some credit. Small indie company, you know. Wait, am I blind? Wow, okay, sorry. It's in that corner, not this one. So, cool thing too here is since I am using the Night Howlers currently for this, I am able to heal them a little bit, and they also give them some crit, so that's cool. But I'm not really sure how useful it is. Really. Get out of that, and boom! See that barber damage, man? Like, I'm pretty sure the barber is like it just carries these companions, like for real. The barber plus the Moonrage seems to be pretty ballin'. Because if I'm not mistaken, the way this thing does damage is for each one that hits, it does a portion of the damage. So when you increase, so whenever you have like the 4th werewolf out, it actually makes your active do more damage. I don't know how much more, but yeah. But I would assume a decent chunk more. As you can see that when I use this active, it's chunking the elites. See, like right there. I think only 2 of them hit right there. The other ones they might be dying a little bit. It's a little dicey, but it's okay if they die. They'll be back. Boom! Give me that explosion. Yeah. See, look at that. Comes back a few seconds later. And Drifting Shade. And boom, 194,000. Like that's some pretty solid damage. For level considering just doing like a level 75 thing. This is about 2 levels higher than me right now, so that means that I know that I could at least clear Hell Tides with this pretty easily. But I think I can think of ways to make this better. I'm just doing a pure summoner build for the fun of it. I actually think Great Staff of the Crone might be pretty good in this. Move some stuff around. Do a little bit of that crone action. Because just, I think increasing DPS in the barber builds is just pretty solid, generally speaking. Just gives more ways to stack up the barber to help fix any downtime issues. And these should explode about now, maybe? Yep. Oh, called it. Nice. Okay, we need to kill these guys. Come on, Wolfie boys. Get them. Alright. Get them. Oh, yeah? I am. Ooh, Ancestral Amulet. What'd I get? Anything good? Call of the Wild, and the rest of it is shite. Alright, cool. Yeah, it actually, the whole Malignant Heart thing's actually kind of is unfortunate for jewelry, because now you have to think about another RNG aspect since you can't change the sockets. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Do this, get some damage reduction. Can I move? And boom. No problem. I don't like the lack of access to Unstoppable, but I'm going to work on fixing that too. This is but the first draft. Oh, okay. More. More stuff. That's fine. Huh. And it's dead. Alright, cool. Come on. Oof, 270,000. Yeah, see? 200, that hit for 270,000 right there on that active, and I think all 4 of them hit. So pretty solid, you know. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Thanks.